HighGear. So today we're going to be doing in-depth review of the Skoda Octavia. It's a 2013. I'll give you an insight of how we actually purchased the car. It was from Skoda dealers, should I say. It was a bit box standard with the car. So I'll give you a little insight of this car, and then we'll move on to the other car to review as well. Now, coming to the front of the car, a few modifications have been changed. The front grille has been changed into a honeycomb grille. The older version obviously had straight lines going down it. The badges have been sprayed black, front and rear, and obviously it came with the fog lights being tinted out as well, and also it's got the white fog lights as well. I didn't opt for the aggression look. You could get the straight, without this there, but I opted out for the aggression look. Now, coming to the wheels, the wheels are powder coated black with red calipers. They are standard Skoda wheels, but I got them powder coated. They were grey, so yeah, they have been powder coated black to actually stand out with the car, because obviously the car is black and white. So that's the wheels. Now, coming to the side of the car, we have actually added the wind reflectors, and also obviously there's a black fin at the back, for the radio and everything like that. So yeah, it actually from the side point of view, it actually looks quite sick. The design of the car was meant to be black and white, so obviously with the black wheels. The roof is also going to be wrapped black with the wing mirrors. It's got mud flaps on both sides, front and back, and that's the side of the car. Let's bring you into the rear of the car to show you what's been changed, and then we'll give you a review of what features the car has, what we opted for, and then we'll take it from there. Now, coming to the rear of the car, there's only a couple of bits being changed. Like I said, the badge has been resprayed black. There was a chrome. Also, the front grille was actually chrome. I forgot to mention the front grille was chrome. It actually got resprayed black. There's a spoiler being added. It is an OEM spoiler, but might be changing that to a RS model spoiler. So we're taking this off. I don't know if it should go black or leave it white to match the car, but we'll check in the meantime. And also the boot, obviously this has been added. I left it in black. I wouldn't want to spray it white to give it that black and white look. Obviously, when you put your stuff in and out of the boot, it doesn't actually scratch it. So yeah, that's the modifications to the car. Now I'll give you an in-depth of what the car is actually, the engine size, performance, the interior, the gadgets the car's got as well. So yeah, let's check that out. Now let me give you an insight of what engine size this car's got. It's a 2-litre diesel, turbo diesel. It's a CR Elegance model, 2013 13 plate. So it's a 2-litre diesel. It's got 148 bhp. So yeah, it does actually shift. I would presume it's one down from a VRS model. So obviously, if you got remapped, it will be running the same as the VRS. So here's the engine bay. We only actually run it on castor oil. So there's the engine. It's a TDI, the black Skoda there. You've got your water tank, obviously. Oil there. Put your oil on from there, and your window wipers. And you got your back there. So yeah, the engine bay is actually obviously filter rim. You've got your bits everywhere, filters. So that's the engine bay. Obviously, like I said, it might be getting remapped soon. So at the moment, it is running 148 bhp. There's a few stages of a remap, so coming, obviously if the time comes, we'll actually remap the car to make it a bit faster. So yeah, let's move on to the trunk of the car, and then after that we'll go to the interior, show you what gadgets it's got, then we'll take it for a test drive. Coming to the rear of the car, I'll show you the space of the boot. It is a 5-door hatchback. So yeah, this is the boot of the car. So here is the trunk of the car. It's actually quite big. You can actually fit a few suitcases in. The optional extra we had on this car was actually we had this rubber mat also added to the car, and it has got a full Michelin tyre. It's not got a space saver, so it's got a full actually Michelin tyre, which is good. Yeah, another thing we opted with the car was the audio system. It's got an upgraded Canton audio system. All the speakers in the car have been upgraded, and also there's a subwoofer being added to the car. It's a manufactured subwoofer, so yeah, that's a Canton subwoofer. It's got a 12-watt, in case you want to do anything to the car, it's got a 12-watt socket there. It's got your hangers there, and it's also got another hanger on the side of the car. So yeah, that's the trunk space of the car. It's actually quite big. So yeah, let's move on to the interior and see how it is. Now coming to the interior of the car. As you can see, it's got a full leather interior. They are heated as well. So yeah, it's got the heated leather seats. Ideal for the winter weather, because we do actually get a lot of cold weather, not a lot of sunshine. Yeah, everything actually. It's got a leather steering wheel. It's got cruise control. It's got radio. It's got your 2 SD slots and your CD player here. So there's nothing actually showing over there. So yeah, the media, you've got your AUX cable. You've got your media in slot right there. And you can actually, it's got Bluetooth, so you can actually connect your phone to the car and actually speak to the car. It's got voice recognition as well, so yeah, you can actually speak to the car by pressing the buttons on your steering wheel. It also comes with sat nav. It's got an option for traffic as well, so obviously when you're on the motorway and you press traffic, it updates you with your traffic information. And then you've got your car settings to actually change the car, your windows, and then your menu to actually change all of the car settings. So yeah, it has got a few buttons on the steering wheel. You've got your volume up and down, your escapes, your voice recognition buttons. You can actually answer your call. If you've connected your phone to the car, you can answer it there, and then you've got your couple of settings here. Other than that, the storage wise, it's got storage here. It's got your 2 cup holders here. You've got cup holders on each side of the door cards. It is a 6-speed manual gearbox. The other feature that it's got with the car, it's got the traction control, which you can actually switch on and switch off there. You've got your central lock in here. It has got 3 modes to the car. We'll get into that later. And also the special feature for this car is it actually parks by itself. We'll actually give you a quick tour of that later. We'll actually take the car out for a test drive, and then we'll show you how the car parks itself. The steering wise, actually the steering moves itself, but actually because it's a manual speed gearbox, you have to actually do the gears. You have to put it in reverse yourself. So yeah, other than that, it is a comfortable car. They are made by Volkswagen anyway, so I think it's obviously like a Volkswagen Passat. So yeah, Skoda actually, it's a fully loaded car. It's got a lot of gadgets with it. But yeah, we'll give you an insight later of how it is. And yeah, it's quite comfortable, and we'll just show you the back on the leg space, and then we'll take you for a test drive. Now coming to the inside rear of the car, I'll just show you the space. It's actually got a lot of leg space to the car. As you can see, I'm about 5'6", so yeah, it's got a lot of leg space. There's not a lot of features in the back. It's just got the old ashtray and a couple of heaters. But yeah, other than that, it's obviously leathered in the back as well. And it is quite spacious in the back. Like I said earlier on, it's got, you can turn audio system all around the car, but also it's got full electric windows, electric mirrors, everything's electric in the car, so it's nothing manual. So yeah, there we have the rear of the car, really spacious. Yeah, there you go. Now it's time to get our review car. We've got a new one this week, so yeah, let me introduce you to the 2015 Volkswagen Golf. Of course, it's a Blue Motion. It's a 1.4 Blue Motion. It's the first petrol engine Blue Motion car in the Golf series. So yeah, I'll give you a quick tour of the exterior. It does come with alloy wheels. You've got your front fog lights and your day running lights. They're not LEDs. So yeah, it's got your indicators built in to the door mirrors. It is a 5-door hatchback, so yeah, I'll give you a quick glimpse of what the car's like. Then I'll show you the interior, how it drives, the test drives, and we might have a little challenge or a race with this car. So yeah, join us and let's see what we do with the car. So come into the interior of the car. First glance wise, it's actually not that bad. It's a 6-speed gearbox. For 1.4 it's actually really good. I have driven it earlier on. It's not so bad. Handles well. The performance as well. It's got a lot of torque with it as well. I think it's about 128 bhp. So yeah, the power's there, the economy's there. Like I said, it's a Blue Motion. It's got quite a few gadgets with it. We'll get later on. We'll actually show you what kind of gadget it has got with it. So obviously it is a German model. So between the Skoda earlier on and this car, the Volkswagen, they have similarities regarding the interior wise and the gadgets. So we'll come later to that, and we'll show you what gadgets it has got with the car. But the seat wise, it's actually fabric. You can get different models like the GTD, the GTI, the Golf R, but we will be actually reviewing them as the series goes along. But yeah, the seating wise, it's actually a similar like to bucket seats. They've got like a bucket seat style. The looks wise is bucket seats, I would say, but they are a bit comfortable. This is my normal driving position, and yeah, it feels comfortable. The seats are comfortable. The storage wise in the car, it's got obviously the door card, it's got storage there. You've got one storage box here. You've got a little storage box in the middle. It has got armrest as well that comes out here. You have your two cup holders in the middle, which you can actually cover if you don't want to use them. And you've got your glove box, which also contains one SD slot and your CD slot as well. So it's actually hidden from the front, so you can actually just see the screen as well. So yeah, other than that, the cockpit of the car is actually quite good. Obviously you got your few gadgets and whatnot. It's well orchestrated, it's well designed. Obviously the Germans, they do get the engineering good, so yeah, it's not a bad car. Obviously I've had Golfs, different I think Mark 5 Golf before, and they are improving in technology wise. Obviously, like I said earlier, there were a car in front and it actually braked from me earlier due to obviously me causing an accident, but I was just going to check that anyway. So it does actually brake for yourself. But yeah, coming to the gadgets, I'll actually show you what gadgets it's got with the car. Right, coming to the interior of the car, we will I thought I'll show you what gadgets it actually comes with the car. It's a TSI model. So yeah, let's start it up and let's show you what it's got. The starting up wise, it's actually really smooth. There were no judders and whatnot. It actually sounds really quiet as well for a 1.4 engine. So I'm just going to rev it and show you. I'll open the window, make you get a better sound of it. You only can actually rev it up to 4,000 revs. If you actually see the thing here, it only goes up to 4,000. Obviously I think there might be a diffuser there from stopping you from redlining it. So yeah, let's start off with the middle of the car. It is a touch screen as well, so yeah, since you start you've got your touch screen. If you saw earlier on with the Skoda model, like I said, the similarities, obviously they're both German cars, so they both got similarities in the interior as well. So yeah, you've got your radio, whatnot, your media. The selection what you have is your AUX, which actually is in here. You've got your AUX and your USB slot. So the phone wise, actually it's got Bluetooth to connect to your phone, VW Bluetooth. I've used it in the other car and I've used it in this car, and they're both similar to each other, but mostly identical, I would say. You've got your mute button there, which obviously if you want to use. The setup button is obviously what you want to set up to the car, your time and your date, your screen, your keypad, your units and whatnot, the factory settings, and it tells you obviously what copyright it's got to the car. The sound system is actually not so bad. It's the box standard sound system, nothing like the Skoda, which had the Canton system. So you can change your bass, your middle and your treble. Other than that, you've got your car options. Since it tells you since refueling, when you've been driving, since you started, and then you've got your menu of the car, which you can actually add images. It's got no images there, so let's get back to the main screen. So you've got your images, your setup, your sound, your vehicle settings, everything that's already on there. But yeah, it's got your AC. The thing it comes with AC, your back demister, and you can turn everything off from there, even though the heater is on. It's actually got 3 modes to the car. So if I click the mode, we've got it in sport mode at the start. The individual one is if you want to change everything yourself. So if you press change, you can actually change the steering, the engine. So if you want the steering to sport but you want the engine to normal, you can actually change that there. So you can actually reset it, but we have actually got it in sport mode because we're going to see how it goes on from the, obviously when we take it for the test drive. So yeah, let's get it back on there. Obviously that's the model of the car, so we'll leave it in the eco motion. Is actually when the car stops and starts by itself. When you pull up to a junction or some traffic lights, the engine cuts out, and when you dip the clutch, the engine actually restarts for you. It's got your traction option there, for your traction control, and it has got parking sensors front and back as well. So for you first time drivers or your experienced drivers, if you want to know what's near when you're reversing or you're going forward, that's a good way to have it. I'll just put it on there. Look, see your front and your rear. Yeah, other than that, it's actually quite basic what you have inside. It's got a few gadgets for a box standard car, because the exterior wise is you've got your alloy wheels, your fog lights and your parking sensors, and your Bluetooth, your CD player and whatnot. So from a box standard car, it's actually got quite a few gadgets. It's also got the electric handbrake as well, and it's got an option for auto hold, which when you pull up to a junction on a hill, it actually holds the car for you for at least 10 seconds. And yeah, actually hold it for 10 seconds, so you can actually do your clutch control and you can get off from there. That's it. So coming to the boot of the car, actually have to use the Volkswagen badge itself. It's not bad for space. It's got is it a space saver? Yeah, it's a space saver wheel. So yeah, The boot space is actually not that bad. You can fit a couple of suitcases in. But other than that, what do you think, guys? Now it's time to take it for a test drive. First thoughts, I would say the test drive is not so bad. Driving wise, the steering is light as well. It's got a nice leather feel as well, so obviously it is leather interior, the steering wheel. It's got a nice feel, it's got a lot of few gadgets on the dash, even on the steering wheel as well. But yeah, driving wise, it is really good. It's smooth, changing through the gears. The clutch also as well is really light. We're on a few country roads, so yeah. Other than that, it's actually really light. The steering, the driving wise, is actually really good, considering it's a Golf. Obviously, Volkswagen, they are Germans. They do make the cars really reliable. The Golf, obviously, if I'm not mistaken, it's got this is the Mark 8, is it? They've got a few, obviously, from Mark 1 all the way. This is the latest model as well. So yeah. Actually, it's a really good drive. Ideal, obviously, you know, for your town runs, your local shopping, the motorway as well. So yeah, it's not a bad drive for the test drive. Smooth drive. Obviously, you've got to drive it to know how the steering feels and how to take it through the bends, the clutch wise. You know, you're changing your gears. Not so bad actually, not so bad, not a bad drive. One of the features of the Skoda. First of all, we're going to check if it parks by itself. Obviously, I've got my foot ready on the brake, so we're going to give it a try. We're going to be parking it in the space behind us anyway, so yeah, let's get on with it. Now, to start off with the parking by itself, there's a button at the bottom where the gear stick is, so you actually press that, and then on the dash it's actually, you have to indicate which parking space you want to go to. So it's this parking space behind us on the left hand side. So what we do is we indicate left, and then we put it into reverse. So it says steering active check around the vehicle. So yeah, we're just checking around the vehicle, and also obviously it's automatic. See, as you can see, the steering wheel's moving. It actually moves by itself. So all you got to do, because it's manual, it's a manual car, is you've got to put your gas yourself and your gear stick yourself into reverse. So yeah, as you can see, the steering wheel's moving by itself. It's coming close towards the curb. It's still actually showing on the dash that to go back. So yeah, once it actually moves to go back, then obviously the dash will say move forward. So you put your foot on the brake, you put it in first gear, it's moving it by itself, and then it's just parking by itself. And then when it finishes, I'll tell you what it says. So it says park assist stopped, take over the steering. So yeah, it's actually parked itself. So obviously we've not curbed the wheels and whatnot, not into any other car. So that feature is obviously actually good with the Skoda. So it'll be the one that I'll be used quite often anyway, because it actually works. It's not actually into any other car. So yeah, thumbs up with that feature. It's one good feature of. So now it's time to check the speediness of the Golf. So it's none other than give it a quick race with the Skoda Octavia. Now the Skoda is 150 bhp and this is just over 120. This is much lighter than the Skoda, so I think the torques are a bit more on this car as well. It's a 1.4 turbo, so it could be anyone's race. So there you have it, guys. Thanks for watching. Make sure you check our first episode out. We've got a lot more videos yet to come. Hopefully we should get some supercars, sports cars, and some actually decent cars in the episodes yet to come. So yeah, make sure you subscribe, like and share this video, and we'll see you again for another episode.